What a race! I mean, what a race! In this video, I'll be reacting to what I believe was the most exciting WSK Round 1 Supermaster Series race at La Conca. I mean, KZ2 was quite boring, OKJ also quite boring, OKJ, and Mini GR3 also pretty boring. OK was, yeah, no big fights as well there. But in Mini Under 10, I think that was very, very exciting. We saw a driver pulling away in the lead, Sasha. He did a really good job up until like lap 5, but then the wind was very strong, the drivers behind collaborated, and in the last 2 to 3 laps, the fight was on. So let's keep watching and see how it went. Lights out, we race. The driver on the inside keep their line very well. It's very important to do that in these first 3 corners. All right-handers and the top 3 drivers keep their positions. It's very, very important because you don't want to find yourself on the outside. Otherwise, you probably get caught out. Now the group starts to spread out, as you can see, and that's giving a pretty comfortable lead to the driver in P1. And then driver in P2 is, as you can see, going for the overtake, which extends the lead to the driver ahead even more. And, you know, that is really important and actually a really nice gift that you can receive from the drivers behind when they start to fight. And you get a bit of a breathing room to just focus on the front and you just like take a bit of pressure from your shoulders. But, you know, the race is very long. You know, 10 laps in Mini feel very, very long, especially when you're leading the race. Feels like ages. And now driver in front just has to put the head down and the drivers behind have to really collaborate, you know, which unfortunately is not the case, as you can see. Driver in P3 goes for the move, thinks he's faster and wants to lead the catching up group, as we say. But, you know, of course, karting, racing in general, it's an individualistic sport. You know, it's not a team sport. And you always have to act very selfishly. You have to act just thinking of your own interests. Because if you think about just like collaborating all the times, you're never going to win. But in some moments, you have to collaborate just for the fact that you may have to catch the leader, like in this case. And so, again, as you can see, these drivers are really fighting on and they are actually doing a disservice to themselves and actually a really nice gift to the driver in the lead, which is now leading the race with 1.4 seconds with 7 laps to go. And yeah, that's still a long race, but you know, if they actually keep fighting even more and they bring the gap up to 2 seconds, it will be then very, very difficult for them to close up onto the lead. Even though, luckily for them, there was a huge amount of wind that day and it really prevented the driver in front to set fastest laps because of course it's like you're hitting a massive wall of air, and for these drivers with just 11 horsepowers conversely to the other categories with way more horsepowers, it was a really I mean, it's always a massive performance detractor, I would say, and so it's always really hard to pull away in minis. Now we see the driver in P3 going for a pretty easy move down the straight, almost like a DRS style. I mean, but I guess the wind was very strong and it really helped him for that. And now again, you got 3 drivers following each other, and they really have to think about collaborating now, because if they keep fighting on and overtaking each other, well, they're never going to catch the driver in the lead. So let's see what's going to happen. So with about 3 laps remaining, the lead has been completely closed up, and it's a 3-way fight for the victory. Who's gonna win? Well, let's have a look. Driver in the lead starts to close. You'll be asking, why is he doing that? Well, I guess he's trying to get his maiden WSK win with everything he's got. And also because I guess in Mini, you know, you always try to get yourself leading the race for the last 2 laps. And that was, oh my gosh, that was a really big send. It was very, very far. I think the driver in front did not expect it because he checked himself out of turn 2. But that was a really big confidence overtake, and one that for sure giving him a massive chance of winning this race now. Let's have a look how it ends. And now another overtake down the straight, almost like the same that was 5 laps ago. Again, taking the slipstream, taking advantage of the win, and now he's got himself up into the P1, and he's got to defend that with everything that he's got. I mean, there's 1.5 laps left. Trying for a move, but not making it stick for P2. And so now he finds himself with a bit of a gap on the back foot. Oh, that was an unbelievable exit, which gave him an overtake in a very unpredictable spot, which is not very common to see overtakes there. I have to say, I kind of forgot about that, but that was really strong overtaking. Here, very great defensive driving from Burgess, manages to not get switched back on the exit. Driver in P2 tried to go around the outside, but now he found himself with 4 positions lost because the whole train of cars just pushed themselves and he was not able to get to the inside. And now it's just like everybody getting tangled. And yeah, I mean, it's the last lap of a WSK final. What would you expect? Everything happening very quickly. It's now just a few corners left. I mean, it's all about taking the car home in P1. Crazy move down the inside, almost like into the grass. Very, very good overtake for P3. And now they kind of gave these guys the 1-2 guaranteed. And it's only about who finishes P1 and who finishes P3. Strong defensive drives in the last corner. The guy trying to get a switch back on the straight, but is he going to get it? No, for just 31,000. He was so close to making it, but did not manage to. I mean, what a crazy race. Very, very entertaining. The last 2 laps were mega. See you in the next one. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you check this other recommended video below.